Hello everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to to XRP. Once again, thank you for support. Okay, big little CoinsKid crew. So, what we're looking for here is a reversal pattern and closes above resistances to confirm and get the follow through of this low. And this is what we're looking for right now. So, primarily, this is a key level of resistance, like I keep saying to you, and that's a key level of support. I'll get rid of that. So, that's a key level of support that's going to give the game away here for me. That the fact that potentially looking at impulsive move to the upside, or you've got an impulsive wave to the downside. So, close below that on the weekly, bearish, closed above that, on the weekly, bullish. And you can see right now, we had a nice little reaction yesterday off a 702 fib retracement that gave you. We're coming back. I did post a little trade set up on Twitter as it started to emerge. I think on the hourly time frame here, what we had is a lovely little ascending triangle just down here on the end of this correction. Do you see this? So you could say, okay, potentially the correction's in. We've got a lovely little ascending triangle. We start to coil up, and like on Twitter I said to you, you got a breakout just there. Okay, boom, look at that. And this actually retraces 702 fib, which is a nominal retracement level for XRP. So if we go from there to this low, do you see this low? Because this is where you come up impulsively and correctively. You can see 702 fib with some tight stop losses on 786 is always a good opportunity for a little long. Okay, whether or not you're coming up or down, it don't matter. These are the opportunities. Always look at the 702 fib as a very strong level of support or resistance when you're retracing basically. So what's happened right now? Potentially we bottomed out. We're coming up. You can see we broke out into the EMAs, fell back to the neckline of this as support. So right now we could say, okay, we're starting to move up the stairs impulsively again. But what we do want to see here is this follow through, coil up, break out. Okay, then I would say, okay, come to your charts, and what you're going to do is drop the fibs on, and you could say that XRP is looking at 1618 again, and you are really moving up the stairs impulsively off these lows right now. And I would be looking at that target just there to TP, which is around about 043801. So again, if you start to see XRP coming up and closing above the one fib here at 0.39759, I think you've got a minimal 10% long in front of you to 0.43804, where I would think about taking a bit of profit. Okay, so on the grand scheme of things, all this chop noise inside out, I always try and find the optimal entry points for you. But what do I think XRP is doing potentially? Okay, so if we zoom out on the weekly time frame, I'm going to show you. I think, like I said to you, if you got this compression of 20 coming down and the 10 coming down, just at the blue line, it's going to force something. So at the moment, you could say what we've got is a beautiful ascending triangle like that. Okay, do you see that? You've got a double bottom pattern. There's a low, higher low, higher low, and you're sort of coiling up in a resistance support, coiling up like that. If you start to come back, okay, we need to see this white trend line hold as support. Again, if you start to close outside of that, boom, I think that what you've got is some kind of correction there, and then you're rolling again, okay, for XRP. And there's no guarantees to what it's doing. I wish I could tell you, but there's not. It's all about support and resistance. Close above a 10 this week, fantastic. Confirm a breakout. 20 is your key resistance. Close above a 10. Next key resistance is the 55. It really is that simple. So, in my opinion, I shouldn't have an opinion, but you're doing everything you need to say we've bottomed basically, and you're starting to carve out a lovely structural bottom. But we need to see the follow through here by closing above resistance and not losing key levels of support. Okay, lose that support, close below, confirming an impulsive move to the downside for me for XRP. But one thing I want to show you, and I did show you this in a recent update as well for XRP, that if history repeats, it was an optimal entry point. And I did tell you at the time when this happened. Let me show you on the Gaussian channel on a weekly time frame. Now, to get this into your charts, just type Gaussian channel with DW in brackets like that. Drop it in. It's a free indicator on TradingView, and just there you can see that what we've got is the lower level of the Gaussian. So this is the Gaussian, okay? So this is the lower level, the median, and the top end of the Gaussian. You can see we fell into the Gaussian, just there, fell through it, and what we've done, we've not necessarily back tested the top end of the Gaussian, the lower end of the Gaussian, as resistance just there, okay? So I think that that's on the cards, because you do usually see it. I mean, you see it just there. You lost it, come up into resistance, come back down, broke in. Okay, so one thing that's happening here is happened 3 times before for XRP, and in each instance, it signified opportunity. And like I said to you down here, opportunity never feels like opportunity. Otherwise, everyone would be a millionaire. So, we had a lot of factors down there, a lot of signals in the charts, the RSI in the floor, the stocks in the floor, everything like that. And you're piercing the Gaussian as well, which is something I brought to your attention. So whenever these two EMAs pierce the Gaussian, you've got the 10 and the 20 piercing the low end, the low channel of the Gaussian right there. it's always indicated at that point was a really good entry point to accumulate XRP, because there's one thing that's always happened after that event is the retracement back up to the median line of the Gaussian channel. Do you see that? It's never not happened, and I said this to you at the time. Okay, so again, no guarantees, but if history repeats, just there, look, there's an amazing opportunity here. Look at this. We fell through the Gaussian, EMA's pierced the Gaussian. Look at that amazing entry point. What happened? You retrace into the medium line of the Gaussian and the 55 EMA because you was overextended. Do you see that? So it didn't signify the end of the bear there, because obviously we come up into resistance and then the C word dump. So that was a bit of an anomaly, obviously, because I think potentially your bear market ended there in 2019. You come up into resistance, you was coming back, and then obviously you capitulated there with the C word dump, pretty much like everything did. So this is why I had sort of a large projection there of an impulsive wave off that low, in my opinion. So, you know, it's happened there twice. What happened? The EMA's pierced the Gaussian, optimal entry point, ran back up to the median line of the Gaussian. Happened again here. Look, pierced the Gaussian. Oh no, it's going to zero, but it was opportunity because eventually this we trace to the median line of the Gaussian. Okay, if we move to the left, take a look at this. So in this cycle, which is where I think we are potentially right now, you can see just here when we got the Gaussian and the EMA's pierced the Gaussian. Look at that. Boom, optimal entry point. Would have felt like it, but at the time, called up, broke out. Where was the resistance? The median line of the Gaussian, wasn't it? You know, so in my opinion, you might be geared up for that again. It is a big might, it's a big if. There's no guarantees, but you know, if history repeats right here, we could be calling up and we could be looking for a retracement through the EMAs here, through the 55, and then into the median line of the Gaussian eventually. So, you know, if I drop a horizontal line on here, this is a key level of resistance that I think to you know, that I think that XRP is melted through here, support. Look at that, melted through support, and is not back tested as resistance. So there's a lot of confluence here that this median line is eventually going to start to come down here, and you know, potentially coming up and down, coming up and down, and eventually get to the median line of the Gaussian. And you're doing exactly what you did off this low, you've done the previous lows when you pierced the Gaussian with the EMAs. Okay, it's just a little bit of an indication. Absolutely zero guarantees obviously here, but we are reacting relatively positively off this low. So if we do get the follow through, like I said to you, you know, long term, carve out some kind of descending triangle here. We coil up, coil up, coil up, coil up, attacking that median line as well, and then we get that confirmation statement that we have retraced the median line. There is going to be swings and opportunities, you know, going forward. If this is the bottom, it's a big if obviously, because there's no guarantees, but if that is the case, you know, it will begin to look really, really bullish for XRP going forward. So you enjoyed that little update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and thank you for supporting the channel. Take care everyone. Bye bye.